Well, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu of Lagos State has attacked Mr. Peter Obi, the Labour Party presidential candidate in the 2023 general elections, for making several disparaging comments about Nigeria at Johns Hopkins University in Baltimore, Maryland, the United States. According to the Lagos governor, I also find Mr. Obi's pattern of behavior disturbing. When prominent Nigerians go overseas, they ought to project Nigeria positively. They do not have to do that for the government, but we all owe our duty to market Nigeria on the global stage rather than to market her. That is what true patriotism is about. Now, I find it somewhat ironic what a man like Mr. Peter Obi, who did not build a single school or a standalone hospital throughout his 8-year tenure as governor of Anambra, or sustainably provide credit facilities, would criticize the government of Nigeria, which is actively doing that. Okay, I've seen the Lagos State governor finds faults from Peter Obi's comment, at the Baltimore University, Johns Hopkins University, I beg your pardon, in Baltimore. First of all, what's your thoughts as regards to Babajide Sanwo-Olu's reactions following Peter Obi's comment in Johns Hopkins University?
Yeah, if you just clearly, Peter Obi is supposed to do the right thing. Doing the right thing means he has been a governor before in Anambra State, and because of that, he should serve as a leader that will represent the people and his country.
Okay.
So going out of Nigeria and you're speaking on a global stage to say maybe Nigeria you're pointing out for, that I think is not right. That's the point of view, because as a leader, you should represent your people in all ramifications. Going to global TV or global, a program to say one or two about Nigeria, if it's not in a positive way, is wrong.
Okay.
Because there must have been the right of a citizen. And the right of a citizen, one of it, which says you should defend your country, you should, talk much about your country, a way to represent your own people.
Okay.
Because the other people will not do the same thing. Like so that's the point of view.
Okay, so would you say Governor Sanwo-Olu's criticism to Peter Obi shows or reflects political rivals between the Labour Party and the APC?
What he said is not like a speech from our opposition party. What he's saying is the right thing, saying that behaving as a patriotic citizens, you have to defend your country.
So even when the country is bad, you have to go and say, oh, the country is good. You have to paint a good image where something is not working. But let's assume that, we have investors,
yes,
who would want to come into Nigeria to invest. Probably they need power supply. They need good roads, they need infrastructure.
Yeah.
And then these things are not in place. And you're going out, you're going to strike a deal with these investors outside. And you're telling them to come to Nigeria. How would you paint the situation? Would you tell them that? Would you rather tell them that, we have 247 power supply. We also have good roads. We have good infrastructures. They can come in to do business here in Nigeria. What would you do?
No, there are ways to handle affairs and there are ways to say
so
things.
So what are the ways that let's bring it personally now.
I will tell you, there are so many businesses we can do in Nigeria. And knowing that Nigeria may not have such equipment or such development, there are ways to handle it. There are businesses you should go that can, favor the country, or that the country can meet up with. You can go and be dragging there is 100% power supply. You can go in for that. But let it be at every point in time talk positive about your country, such will attract development from the foreigners.
Well, you know that there have been issues where investors have to leave Nigeria. They leave Nigerians. Do you think they're leaving Nigerians would not at some point portray a bad image of Nigeria? What would you make of that?
Yes, I think they were in Nigeria at some point and they faced some challenges.
Yes.
That's very clear, okay? Because in every business, anything you do in life, challenges must come, but overcoming them make you very stronger. So if Nigeria are passing through stress or passing through some challenges at this point in time, it is a way to call the global the global citizen to support the country from what they are passing through, but in a positive way. You can't go on a global TV or global platforms and you talk bad about the country, then you expect the people you're talking to believe and to come to support. They may even have in mind that since you're one of them, what if you take advantage of them?
So what if, this is me asking, what if the government just sit back, listen to some of these things that they are saying? According to, I want to borrow a leaf from what Sanwo-Olu said, disparaging comments. What if they borrow a leaf from these disparaging comments and trying to fix, if not everything, at least to some points, fix some things so that I think they wouldn't have these disparaging comments to make abroad. That's if these things have been fixed. Well, how about that?
I'm not against what you're saying.
No, it's just a question.
I get your point so clear. Nigeria is underdeveloped country.
All right.
We are trying to make Nigeria a developed country. But all of us must put our hands on decks for this to come to that reality. At this point in time, if it happens in that way, it's a way to, gradually, like when the man sang the song, Nigeria Jaga Jaga, yeah, if you're singing that song outside, what are you telling the people outside? You're already creating the awareness that the country cannot get anything good, or something good cannot come out of the country.
The singing the question does not call for the attention of those outside. It calls for the attention of the government to at least put things in order too. Don't you think so?
I think so. Okay. But what I tell you is that I'm not supporting what Sanwo-Olu said. What I'm only saying here is, he said the Peter Obi as a person, as a former governor, which kind of a leader and someone who still want to become another leader to lead Nigeria, should go outside and make the country a better place.
And not saying disparaging things about Nigeria.
Because their speech you will go with that can quickly discourage, put it in new investors that should come into the country, and citizens here may benefit from. So you shouldn't go with a discouraging speech, something that will demotivate the foreign agency that may come in to do business here. Because he's among the bourgeois. He's eating well.
Well, aside from
he's eating well, and there are those who may not be opportune. So if you go outside to say Nigeria is not a safe country, Nigeria is insecure, there is no power supply, and you start to list out the bad thing about the country, so how would the investors come in? How would they come to find solution? They say action speaks louder than words. It should be when they come in, they discover that things are not very okay, then we can now negotiate. I can do this. Okay, no, I'm pointing out things. They will tell you, okay, at this point in time, since we came in, I will notice that your country cannot meet up this. Okay, look at what we can do at this point in time. That's to take responsibility. Are you really saying that we have to let these investors, probably if things are not put in place, we have to let them come see for themselves? I mean, don't you think that's going to be even worse than what people are even saying about the country? No, let me tell you, when the issue of NEPA, that's the power holding company, when their issue came on board, they have to go for privatization, a way to find solution to the issue on ground. So if they come in and they discover that Nigeria is not really on ground to meet up what they have, solutions can come up. What if as they come in, they discover that the power supply is not there? Okay, look at what we are going to do, a way to find solution to the issue. At the end of the day, it happens that if the platform is given to them, they bring out the solutions and Nigeria start getting power. Well, Sanwo-Olu also went ahead to say that the Peter Obi making this comments has not for even built a school
not even a hospital in Anambra State while he was a governor. What would you say about that as well?
I'm not very sure of that. I can't point out that. But if that's true, it's not encouraging, because he has been in power and then he's supposed to do more. But with all I've been hearing from him is that he's a good man and he has done something great for his people. But to some extent, it's challenging him for him to come out to say one or two. If he have done that, the Peter Obi himself can come out to say, okay, I built so-so school, I built so-so school, I built so-so hospital, which is to say encourage others or other leaders to do more when they are in power.
So do you think that this public spat between the Lagos State Governor to Peter Obi might at some point escalate tensions between Lagos and Labour Party supporters, the obedience movement, as it were, especially in the lead up to future elections that's coming up?
Yeah, it should be, because it's an awareness that the leader should be careful in his representation. That is at the same time a way to, remind his party member that this man wasn't the way he is, or the way we are seeing him.